All right, guys, this past weekend was the racing at Darlington. Round number 1 for Cup and Xfinity. Round number 2 for Truck in the playoffs. Did not disappoint. This was a great race all the way around. Trucks probably brought the least amount of action, however, still exciting. Love watching the Trucks race. Sheldon Creed, last year's champion, last week's winner, and also a Chevrolet driver, won this thing. John Hunter Nemechek, Toyota, got second. Stuart Friesen, third. Todd Gilliland in the Ford, bringing it fourth. And Parker Klingerman, the announcer, fifth. Dude can drive. Just saying. Come away fifth. The dude runs like half a part-time schedule. Comes away fifth. Probably the least amount of action except for the Ben Rhodes incident with like 3 trucks where they all got loose and all went in the wall for whatever reason, racing for spots. Trucks brought it. They just didn't bring it as hard as everybody else. Sheldon Creed come away with the win. Stuart Friesen giving him about another 10 or so laps. He probably would have had that thing, to be honest with you. It was good racing all the way around. Did enjoy the trucks. They just pretty good. They did pretty good. On the Xfinity side of things, I said Friday that Denny Hamlin needs to quit if he does not win in that cheated up 54 car. And he was let down by that brand new great big I say brand new. They're not brand new. The all-star team that is in his pit crew. Yeah, he got let down by those guys. They left a tire out or put a tire out before the final restart. They went in there to change some tires on that thing. He was up there up front. And then they decided to put the tires out before it was time. And old Denny Hamlin got a penalty, finished 12th. So I'm going to kind of let him get by with this one. It wasn't really his fault in the cheated up 54 car. He did spin right before the stage one, right before stage one ended, like a corner away from the end of stage one. He did spin himself out. Of course, he was battling a lap car on the inside. Sort of the same thing happened to Jimmy Johnson last year, right? Last lap of stage one as well, yeah. Terrible event, yeah. Them lap cars, got to watch them old boys. They get lapped and they get, maybe you should let them go on the end of stage one. I don't know. Anyways, Noah Gragson wins this thing without pulling some villain status. Kind of disappointing. I wish he would have done some villainy. However, good to see him back up front. He hasn't won in a while. The last time he was close to winning was at Homestead back in like March or February when he got into the back of a lapped car. Ta-da! Noah Gragson, though, good to see him up front. Harrison Burton finishes second. Austin Cindric finishes third. Justin Haley finishes fourth. And Jeb Burton, the Burton cousins, bringing up the top 5. Jeb Burton finishes fifth. Good race all the way around. A lot of guys who were up front sort of had some issues right there at the end. I know I just talked about Denny Hamlin and Daniel Hemrick. You keep thinking he's going to win, and then he finds a way not to win. He's got spun or whatever it may be. Didn't bring out a caution that last little bit left in the race. He was up front too. Kind of hate it for old Daniel Hemrick. Wish he would have had that old win. Hate it for Denny Hamlin as he did not win, let down by that all-star pit crew. However, it happens. Racing is racing. Denny, however, brought it home the next night, when he won the Southern 500. However, it was not for a lack of trying from Kyle Larson. He was spinning and winning. He was giving it all he had. He put that thing in the wall coming into 3 and 4. That is how you finish a race. Kyle Larson finished that race. I mean, you don't see that out of anybody anymore. Davey Allison was really kind of the last one who drove like that to win a race. If you don't believe me, watch Davey Allison's finish at the All-Star race when he was racing Kyle Petty. Back then it was called the Winston. Watch the Winston race with Davey Allison and Kyle Petty if you want to know how to finish a race. Looks like Kyle Larson did watch that video as he finished the race as hard as he could, spinning and winning, no lift Larry. Old Kyle Larson put it in the fence trying to win that thing. Come around on the cool-down lap, throwing sparks and flames and whatnot. He's just awesome finish out of Kyle Larson. I mean, that is how you bring it home, Kyle. He, led a bunch of laps, really thought he was going to win it. I really think Denny won on the pit strategy that they had on that stage 3. Denny Hamlin, of course, had a sort of stayed out longer than most people, and that, when the caution came out that last time, it really kind of is what helped get him up front, as he was up front when the caution came out. So he came out to pits up front, and Kyle Larson could not get back around him. Ross Chastain is probably the MVP of the race, finishing third. The dude, I don't think he led a lap. However, the dude was up there all night long in a non-playoff car, in a Chip Ganassi non-playoff car. Chip Ganassi doesn't even really exist anymore after, November. He already knows he doesn't exist anymore, except he's driving hard. Old Ross Chastain bringing it home in third. Denny Hamlin, of course, gets the win. Kyle Larson comes away in second. Ross Chastain in third. Martin Truex Jr. in fourth. And Kevin Harvick, who actually did lead some laps, I believe he led like 20, 23, somewhere around in there, did lead some laps. Kevin Harvick bringing it home. SHR, I believe they are going to start to shine here in the next little bit. I think it's going to be on the 1.5 miles, so I don't think it's going to be next weekend at Richmond. But, brought it home. Just bringing it home. So I guess we'll let Denny Hamlin continue to race. He did win the Cup race. He didn't win the Xfinity in that cheated up number 54 car. Oh well. I guess we'll let Denny have a bye, as he did win. He did win the Southern 500. I guess we'll let him keep on racing. Great racing all the way around. I saw a lot of playoff contenders, especially in the Cup race, have some terrible luck. Chase Elliott was one of them. Kyle Busch was another one in the 18 car. Just got into the 3, got loose, tore the back end off of it. Just terrible. What really a terrible situation. No one really, aggressive enough to blame one or the other. Just, how racing goes at Darlington. Michael McDowell also had a terrible night and tore up some stuff as well. I believe he was the first one out. I think he got in last place. Terrible run out of Michael McDowell. The playoffs are shifting quite a bit. I have no idea who's going to be in the top 4 anymore. I mean, it could go really any way. One bad race out of anybody, and Talladega's still on the schedule, could spell disaster for the rest of your season if you are a playoff driver. So, Chase Elliott would have been my big-time favorite coming in, even to this race, as him and Martin Truex Jr. put on a show last year at this race, and then it just didn't happen for him. It would seem to be the Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain show, and then, Chase Elliott he had an issue, hit the wall. I'm not exactly sure if he got loose or if he had an issue in the car. Whatever it may be. Great racing all the way around. I'm excited to see the Cup and Xfinity come back to Richmond this coming weekend. Dale Earnhardt Jr. will be in his Xfinity Cup car. Yeah, not NASCAR Cup, but Xfinity car for this Richmond race. This is his one race per year that he does. He's doing it this weekend at Richmond. We'll see how it all goes down. Talk to you about it on Friday. Hope it helps. Thank you much.